I would like to pull up a set of slides you shared with me prior to the call to talk a little bit more about the company, or Trina as one of the leading manufacturers in the space, and also some of the things that are in the near future that are exciting and happening for in the U.S. market and beyond. So with
Sweet.
that, I'm gonna just pull up these slides you shared with me. Um, yeah, I mean, I've always, yeah. So this is these are the, I guess, the high level key points about the company. I did not know Trina started in 1997. I mean, when I entered the industry in 2009, I remember Trina being one of the top players. And my partner at Solar Academy, Nico Johnson, and his podcast, Suncast, talks about Trina. I do remember Nico was working for Trina at the time, which
Yeah.
was a big deal. And yeah, this is where the number 200 gigawatts of modules has been sold through Trina over its
Yeah.
lifetime.
So
That is
yeah,
incredible.
we've definitely been around for a long time, and I can take very little credit for any of those 200 gigawatts. I haven't been with Trina for that long, but it is super interesting when I go to RE Plus or other shows. There's so many people that'll come by and have worked for Trina in the past because we have been around
Mhm.
for so long and successful for that period as well. And so it's cool in that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Trina's an international company, but I think something that maybe differentiates us from some of the other players is we do have a really strong U.S. presence, and
Hmm.
I think it's up to 150 plus, as shown here. It's probably
Yeah.
more than that now. This slide was put together right after our ASM, which is our annual sales meeting. It was done in Dallas, which on the next slide we'll see why it was in Dallas, but that picture
Yeah.
below there has all the people that work here
Right.
at Trina in the U.S. and that's
And so
important
where
because
are the key places of operation for the company right now? Is it
yeah.
mostly in Texas and some on the coast?
Yeah, so we have our headquarters in the U.S. is in Fremont, California. So we've got an office
Okay.
up there, and then we have warehouses kind of scattered across the country. We've got one in Houston, I believe one in Long Beach,
Hmm.
elsewhere, essentially to house the
Yeah.
modules and then ship them from. And
Right.
then yes, there's a manufacturing hub we're building out in Wilmer, Texas, which
Yeah.
is near
Which is
Dallas.
well. Yeah. So yeah, let's jump to that. I'm just trying to see if there's any other.
Well, yeah,
Um,
the one thing I would maybe highlight here again is the U.S.
mm,
presence, and part of the reason that's beneficial kind of this plays really nicely with what we talked about earlier. We talked about Texas and that corridor north of it being a big area for hail, but it's actually one of the biggest in the world. And so if you're a
right.
company based internationally and you're just selling modules into the US, you might not have the foresight to understand, oh, there's a lot of growth happening in this area. This is a big hail area. We need to deal with that. So I think
Yeah.
our presence here in the US and kind of having product managers on the ground, working really closely with customers and understanding their needs
Yeah.
is a big benefit to us and kind of lets us stay on top of the industry and help it grow as it moves into new areas and deals with new challenges.
So Fremont, California, you said, right, for the headquarters in the
Yeah.
U.S. and but obviously Texas will become a big center of operation as well with this new manufacturing facility. So let's talk a little bit about this. But I guess I'm uh, I'm trying to remember like the size of Trina's annual production capacity. It's obviously in the
Yeah, I don't have it
billions,
offhand. I
but it,
believe module. So we have kind of different
module
capacity
cell, yeah,
depending
yeah,
where the modules are going. Like our US capacity is different than our international capacity, obviously.
sure, yeah,
And historically, for the past I don't know a good amount of years now, all our modules are coming from Southeast Asia. So we have
yeah,
factories in Vietnam and Thailand,
right.
and I believe the capacity uh, roughly, I would say around 10 gigawatts. I don't know that completely
Yeah,
offhand. I should, but yes,
yeah.
this factory in Wilmer will be 5 gigawatts, which is a good amount of
Huge. That's a
capacity.
huge addition. Wow. And
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, these numbers are impressive. Like you guys are basically investing. close to $250 million to improve this existing facility in Texas and also add equipment into the factory essentially, and it will employ 1,200 plus jobs in the area, ship 12,000 shipping containers worth of goods. It's really impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really cool. And we went down there as a team uh, last October. Wilmer, if you don't know where that is, I didn't until
yeah.
we started building there.
I
It's
I
about
was
20 minutes south of Dallas. So
yeah,
that
yeah,
was the reason we were in Dallas for the ASM. We took kind of the whole team down there just to see the site, and it's
yeah,
by far the largest building I've ever been in. It's crazy. So it
yeah.
was really
That's
cool to
where it
see.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
And yeah,
Yeah,
that proximity to Dallas is important because, like you said, it's going to employ a good amount of people, and we need, you know,
yeah,
skilled labor in that area. And so, Dallas, obviously, a big hub and has a good amount of universities around there. So we kind of plan to source from there as much as possible and have a strong workforce.
yeah. Makes sense. And also really impressive that it's gonna create payroll of $80 million for the region. That is a good thing as well.